All right. Thank you all for coming. I think we'll get started with some logistics, so we don't miss any part. So again, thanks for coming from a long distance or from a short distance. We will have our celebratory dinner tonight, and it should be in your folders, the map and everything. So you're welcome to come directly or to visit our office space, which is not necessarily that near, but it's good to walk since you'll be sitting all day, very sedentary here. The other thing is at lunch, there will be a Study B breakout meeting. That's for pSCANNER Phase 1, PIs and program managers, so we can discuss recruitment strategies for the study that is ongoing, given our prior experience. UCSD pioneered some of the recruitment. We learned some lessons from it, and we would like to discuss with everyone. And for the UC Rex, PIs and program managers, we will meet around 12:45, and I'll get the room number later, to discuss also the use of pSCANNER data for UC clinical demonstration project on statins. So that should happen again on the second part of lunch. And for everyone else, lunch will be outside if you're not in one of those two meetings. I think the logistics for the meetings, you grab your lunch here and then we go up to the rooms where it will happen. So thank you, everyone. Again, we have a full agenda for 2.5 days, and you might be more interested in some parts, but the reason we have this all together is iDASH and pSCANNER are complementary projects focused on clinical data access in a way that is privacy preserving for the patients and in a way that uses new technology. So pSCANNER is a follow-up on sCANNER, which was an AHRQ-funded distributed research network. And iDASH was on the second group of National Centers for Biomedical Computing from the NIH, and it was a trans-NIH program, and it's still ongoing. So the focus is on data sharing and patient preferences. And throughout the day, today and tomorrow, you will see a lot of projects that have been related to these two projects. So pSCANNER is about 30 million patients with encounters in health systems that are shown here, and this is for phase 2. Phase 1 had fewer systems involved, but it's also a coming together of networks that pre-existed. So sCANNER already existed, and it was only UCSD, the bottom, AltaMed and other clinics in the LA area, which was led by the USC group, and the VA in Tennessee. So that evolved for phase 1 pSCANNER, which is the group shown here with now some enhancements and new partners for phase 2. And these partners are either data partners, data providers, health systems, or content providers or knowledge providers, which are then they don't have numbers associated with them in terms of population here. In terms of pSCANNER as a network itself, we will discuss ways and how to incorporate those sites as we progress, and how to develop solutions so that we can get that development and structure funded by other sources. So it's also important to note here that we have institutions that didn't fit on the map. I apologize for that, but they are located on the right-hand side. In Rutgers, we will have a talk tomorrow from the distributed computing that has been developed in collaboration with UCSD and others. UT Houston which is working on the NLP side, natural language processing, and Emory University, which is about the privacy technology. So you will have different kinds of talks today and tomorrow, some more technical. I've asked all the technical people to keep it at, keep it interesting for everybody. Let's see. Let's see if they accomplish that or not. You are the judge. And speaking about that, there is evaluation forms, and you should please, as the talks happen, evaluate them, because that's always very helpful to us. In terms of our humble beginnings, as I said, Scanner was the largest AHRQ grant we ever got, and it was also the smallest, so you can tell it's rather unique to have had that grant. It was when I just moved here, and was a network of people who just thought they should do the same thing. We never had worked before, and it was very fortunate that we got that project going. Scanner 2 proposal failed to the AHRQ, but we were even luckier because we got pSCANNER to succeed, and that was an even more ambitious proposal and project than Scanner 2 would ever had been. So, some things happened for a reason, and in this case, it was a very good outcome that we had. So as I said, iDASH was the first National Center for Biomedical Computing at UCSD, and it produced a lot of new things, and I like to call this some of the developments LC2, which is ethical, legal, social, and informatics implications. So, as you know, informatics is usually not there, but I think informatics can be very tied to these other developments, and it's something that we started here, and I think we'll have a lot of developments, and even with starting an R1 just this fall related to this aspect. And we also had some K award, 1K award related to it. So it's a very interesting area. So pSCANNER Phase 2, as I said, can be, our goal is we will extend to the other centers, not through PCORI funding, but through other types of funding that will go there, because we were asked to keep geographically constrained into the California area. But it's my personal belief that location is one thing, and diversity is something even better. So although the numbers might not be as high, it's a tremendous increase in terms of the diversity of the populations we can cover, and I think that's very important. We've made that case numerous times, and I'm sure we will figure out some way to eventually include those patients into studies that we do in pSCANNER. So accomplishments, we got a pSCANNER governance document. It's very simple, but it's up to the point of things that we had all agreed to do. IRB reliance for some sites. Again, we're working on having all sites participating. The VA participation is critical to us, and I'm proudly a VA employee now, I should say. So I think that will help too for me to understand the regulations, the structure, and move forward with other new projects. To patient networks, as you will see presentations by some of our collaborators. The OMOP to PCORNet data harmonization was very important. Joining the first demonstration projects, our contribution to PCORNet task forces, many of you have participated in those task forces and contributed a lot, and hopefully that will continue with the working groups. The distributed computing algorithms, the respect to diversity, and I would say diversity in informatics, because we had different systems we were dealing with, and you have those Oracles, you have the Microsoft, and all that beautiful diversity of software, and we put it all together. So I think that's a great achievement. And then attraction of new world-class collaborators. So as you noticed, was a great expansion, and this is because people were interested, and we hope we will reciprocate and have something to offer to our new collaborators. So very excited about that. The collaborating patient-powered research networks, the top ones were already collaborating with us in phase 1, and we have now new patient-powered research networks that will join in and participate. Some of them were already funded in phase 1 of PCORI. Some of them are new. And you will see some presentations from the networks here, the Duchenne Connect, iConquer, MS, multiple sclerosis, PrideNet, and the Crohn and Colitis Foundation of America. So we'll see towards the end of the day, that's in our agenda. So looking ahead, we want to increase ethnic and cultural diversity in the patient population. That will always be our goal. Asian, Native, Latino, and African Americans, and underserved populations of any ethnic origin. Investigate ethical aspects of informed consent. We had this new R01 from NIH called iConquer, and we will be following up on electronic patient preferences and preferences towards recontact through an electronic application, primarily here at UCSD, but if anyone wants to collaborate, we would be very excited to do that on another center. Participate in new studies, preserve patient and provider privacy, and synergize with the privacy technology projects. And then, of course, plan for long-term sustainability, because that we can't stop here. We have to go beyond, and after all this infrastructure is in place, then it's where we will be able to be partnering with clinical studies, with patient-originated studies, and whatever can come at that point. But very important that we were able to get all these health systems to agree on how we will pursue our studies. And it's no small task, because the systems are very different. As I learned about the VA, as we know, each UC system operates a little bit differently than each other, and now we have our new partners coming from a variety of different emphases. That will be very important. So before I close, again, for those who were not here, we will have a full agenda, and at lunch we will have some subgroups meeting today, and then we'll have our big dinner tonight at the faculty club, which is kind of at the opposite side of campus, but it's a nice walk. It's good weather so far. So with that, I think we can move to our other presentation, which will be our keynote from PCORI. Marian Zirkle, who is our program officer for this project, will talk about PCORI, PCORI, PCORNet. So please welcome Marian.